read research all day long about how this is great for you, and then when I try, if my elbow catches fire, five times in a row, well, I don't give a shit about research. You can shove that research right up your ass because I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah, part of the people really the be all end all for specific exercise. When I'm writing programs, they're like, "Well, I don't have a preacher curl. What do I do?" I'm like, do a standing dumbbell curl, do a cable curl. Like, it doesn't really matter. Like, anyone, and there are coaches that say it really does matter. I argue. I'm like, well, wait a second. You're trying to, like, you hear this all the time. I know this is off topic a little bit, but just
hit me. Let's go.
I hear all the time people talking about, well, the preacher curl is going to really hit the peak of the bicep. Right. I'm arguing that. I don't know. I've been in the business 20 years. I've read plenty of research. I've read stuff on PubMed. I've read stuff on well-respected strength coaches, coaches that specialize in hypertrophy. I don't know if, a preacher curl is really going to help develop. My guess is no. My assumption is no. Like, all right, well, you got the peak of your biceps stronger or bigger. How do you know that wasn't going to come from a dumbbell curl? Right. If you took the same set and rep scheme or the same time under tension, or you're just able to sit there and visualize and contract the muscle a certain way. But, I think it's cool to switch angles up because you're loading the joint differently. And I think there's a little bit of a different feeling and a mind to muscle connection. Right. I think that's great. I just don't, I don't know if I buy into that whole, well, the wider you go, the more, like I've heard coaches say, the wider you go, the more internal it's hitting on the back. The narrower you go, the wider it's hitting on your back. I've heard so many different things that after time, you just, like, damn, man, like the research is just inconclusive on a lot of this stuff. And that's the most honest answer.
But you're also, but are you saying then it's more about just focusing on variety, focusing on keeping, as you said, focusing on hitting the muscle at different angles, loading the joint, like loading things at different angles, and like just focusing and paying attention to that mind muscle.
I think loading the body differently isn't always the best answer because some people cannot get into specific positions unless they're under load. So, and you hear this from a lot of newbie trainees, like, oh, I can't do a bodyweight squat, but when I have weight on my back, I can get in a position way better. I'm like, whoa, then you shouldn't be doing a bodyweight squat. You can't handle that under load. So I think it all depends on the circumstances. I think it all depends on the trainee. I think it depends on, what's floating their boat. If they're enjoying it or if they have a lot of success from doing a lean away side lateral raise, then that's fantastic. If they don't, then, then if they need variety, give them more variety. I think it really just depends on the person.